I listened to both sides, and it's. I mean, I don't think we need to get rid of it because of the health safety issues. And I had one particular incident in my district last week. I think either I called you or someone, but I think there's one thing that we need to do clearly. There has to be education done on our side. Also, I don't know if we could do some type of maybe allocate a little bit of money to do a public information on the radio, flyer about the importance of getting a permit, et cetera, because 80% of the people that I've talked to in my area, they just didn't know. They thought that they could just do it. And I think the fact that they don't know, because I told somebody I had to pull a permit to put in a sprinkler system, the person was like, really? I said, yeah. And you know, that's something, and I probably did it because someone told me to. So there's a lot of that's going on, and I think it's the administration, you guys need to take this a little bit more. If this been 25 years ago, the people just need to know.
And you make an excellent point. Actually, I've been working with the PIO recently, we've done some information videos that we posted on YouTube on code enforcement violations. Like we're doing the one now about the car wash, the mobile car wash stuff. We did a flyer because people don't know you can't hire a mobile car wash to wash your car in front of your house. So
You can't do that?
you cannot do that.
Well, I didn't do it.
So instead of going out and citing everybody, and Councilman
wait a
Gavin,
minute,
the one that you brought up, we're doing an information campaign first with a flyer that says,
But
per
wait a
this
minute.
thing, you can't do this, because we don't want to. We
But-
want code enforcement to educate first
Yes.
before they start citing.
Yeah, but we do understand that, Mr. Mayor, if you allow me to say something. But we are talking about those 119 people that the inspector shouldn't, because that's not the mission.
Well, like I said, we can.
The spirit of the ordinance is not to go and cite everything
I got
in the
that.
house.
And that's what I said.
That's the problem that we need to solve.
We can move the reoccupancy either the way that the building official said, either by the conditional to the new buyer. We can,
No, but
we can
that's the
cite.
spirit of the ordinance. That's it.
The ordinance says we should cite.
Everything.
Yes, just not delay the
It's just,
reoccupancy.
it's okay to
of
cite,
zoning
but
only?
do not delay the process of closing. That's the
last
main,
sentence
that's
says
the
this
main
shall-
idea.
I'm sorry, the last sentence says, "This shall not preclude the bringing of code enforcement actions against the property for violations observed during the inspection." So
Okay.
it doesn't prevent you from bringing violations.
Okay, so their closing can proceed. That's my main concern about this, that they
Not
can,
just the
because,
closing, Mr. Mayor. That,
uh,
These banks are not, when it's like that,
What?
they won't be able to close. Unless
That's-
it's a cash purchase and they're willing to
Yeah.
take the risk, the mortgage is not gonna, they're not gonna. they're not
then
gonna take
then that's beyond us. Then that's beyond us. So you shouldn't just, we shouldn't, no, I think we should, because like I said, it's a safeguard. It's an opportunity to catch something that may be an impending,
But Mr.
danger.
Mayor,
If it's an
understand that-
impending danger, there is a that's the opportunity for you to catch something.
yeah, but Mr.
So
Mayor,
how do we circumvent that from going to the bank or whatever? Is there any legal path that can be followed to make sure that these people? I mean, Mr. Attorney.
It's the bank's money and it's the buyer's.
By the way, according to Alabama.com,
Oh, God.
Jones is leading 321 votes versus 103 votes. I don't know, over a more.
Yes, okay, awesome.
75% versus 25%.
okay, and Mr.
500 votes reported. Mayor Smith Joseph just called the state of Alabama.
From a blue county.
You know what? We were feeling good.
I'm just giving you information as I read it.
From a blue county.
Okay, can we delay this item? Never mind.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm willing to let it ride. As the sponsor, I'm willing to let it ride if the council sees fit. I was uncomfortable with the circumstances that led to this being put in place 25 years ago, because I felt that it was a knee-jerk reaction to a community that was changing color. I'll be honest, and it was a way that the power structure at the time was trying to get into houses to try to stop that from happening. If there's a legitimate rule, a reason to keep it in place now, and we sort of monitor it, I can live with that. But I was very uncomfortable 25 years ago with the fact that we put this in place. But if we feel that there's an overriding reason to sort of monitor it, keep it in place still, I'll be okay with that. But I've always been very concerned with the reasons this was really put in place.
Another question, another complaint that we receive. Someone purchased the house 10 years ago, passed the inspection with the violations. Now the next owner come, wanna sell, and they side the property based on the buyers.
If I may, there was a time, and this was long before I was here, where the inspectors were only looking for the violations of the zoning issues. But if you actually look back at the papers that were given to the seller, there is notations on there that there is problems with the house, but that's all they did. They just noted it on the reoccupancy document. They didn't do anything else.
Is that legal if we were to just do that? Is that legal under? I mean, I guess it might be more for the attorney. I'm sorry, but
well, as an individual that's licensed, has many licenses with the state of Florida, I know that, and I teach the classes to inspectors. If you don't cite something that you see, you are derelict and can have charges brought on you.
But here's the thing: there are many cities that don't have this reoccupancy. Are they all derelict in selling properties? Is the city of Miami derelict because they don't do a reoccupancy?
No, there is no requirement for in state or county ordinances to do the reoccupancy. There is requirements state and county wise that when you see a violation to cite it.
But how would they see it if they don't go in?
Right, they wouldn't. They would never know.
So, can I make a motion? Because this is too much. If we make a motion to get rid of this and then go back and look at different things to put some vanguard, can we do that? Because obviously this is not.
Before we go that,
Yes.
then I want to be educated a little bit. What about the certificate of use permit? When does that come into play?
That's different.
That's a totally
for
different-
commercial. Yeah, that's different.
How is it different? Explain the difference.
Your certificate of use permit. Like I said, Siri, sorry. The certificate of use is the zoning analysis that's done to ensure that you are operating the proper business in physical.
That is, okay.
So it would look, Dr. Smith's office, they'll go in, look at your dwelling. Is this dwelling zoned for a medical office?
If I'm doing okay.
Right. If it's not, you won't get the certificate of use, which means you can't get the BTR.
So if I were to try to
And you
purchase
can't get any other.
if I was trying to purchase a property, not a business, like let's say it's a medical office. So, but that person was not supposed to be operating as a medical office there,
ready?
and then I want to buy it.
You're not getting.
So
the
I
certificate of
would
use.
not get the certificate
No.
of use.
Actually, that
that's
scenario that you're talking about happened, and to your point, this happened to my father. My father owned his business for 25 years. It was in a strip mall where he rented his space. Some code enforcement guy came by one day and said, "Barbershop's not supposed to be here." Landlord said, "Hey, that's on you." He went, he fought, he lost. He had to move.
But you guys are muddling. That's two different things.
Right,
With the
but
CU,
no,
this
but I'm
is
just saying to the
completely
CU.
different. Okay,
To the,
okay.
I'm speaking to the point of the CU
Okay,
because
that's
he
fine.
shouldn't have had that type of business
At that location.
at that
And
location.
also, you mentioned, Mr. Clerk, you mentioned the bank or the lender is going to pull out. They only will pull out if
You know that.
if
The
you don't
matter-
give if you don't give the certificate of occupancy.
The lenders don't look at that at all.
Hmm?
Lenders could care less. It is not a lender requirement. They never look at that.
Okay,
Look
so
at that one.
But they don't, like he
It
said, they
just holds
don't,
up the closing. By not
Exactly.
getting it,
it
can
just
hold
holds up the closing, but
but they don't get it. That's what, so the lender, they don't care about reoccupancy. So they, if it's not clear, they're not using their money to invest.
Yeah, and they want
They're
you to
just, they're
fix.
just staying
They
away.
They
don't
want
look
you
at
to
it.
close.
But if they don't look at it, like you just said, does not have a certificate of reoccupancy. It's the city of Miami, great old city of Miami, but then they figured out ways, like Councilman Desmond said, let's get rid of it. Like Councilman Galvin wants it, let's figure out ways
So,
to protect.
What do
But
they have
city
in
of-
place?
That's what they can.
The city of
investigate.
Miami.
City of Miami, I don't know, but some of the other cities that were mentioned here where they go do the reoccupancies, they actually cite later on, and unfortunately then the buyer gets hit with the violations.
That's fine.
Well, no,
That's
I,
not
mean,
the
I don't
problem.
think that's
Well,
fair
no, but-
necessarily. I get,
Let's figure out what Miami does.
yeah,
yes.
I'm willing to continue the item
Yeah,
until
let's
staff
continue
has
it.
a chance to maybe look at other possible options and come back with an idea.
We can do that.
I'm just,
That will
again,
help you.
I trace back to the historical reasons of why this was
Yeah,
put
I
in
don't
place
like
at the
it.
time, and I trace back to the relative
Yeah.
uncomfortable level I have of inviting an inspector, not inviting, because we're forcing that inspector
Uh-huh.
into their home, and then the inspector just sort of has free reign. Like if there's, I often hear about people who say, "Oh, my neighbor in his backyard is doing this," and we have to say to the resident, "Well, we can't cite it if we can't see it from the sidewalk or we can't see it from an abutting property. We can't just walk into your backyard and start writing citations." So somebody's backyard right now is more sacrosanct than the interior of their home, because at some point, if they're selling, we do come into their home and start writing citations. And that was expressly at the point when they adopted this 25 years ago, what they were saying we weren't going to do. So we are now doing what we said we weren't going to do. I'm just uncomfortable, but I'm willing to continue it.
Can we continue that instead of just
Scratching
put
it?
no or?
yeah, we'll continue with,
Yeah,
with
I'll-
what
I'll-
direction we
I'll
gotta
motion
do, some kind
to
of direction.
continue the item indefinitely until staff has the opportunity to explore other options and bring us back perhaps other ideas.
And I second that.
So I have a motion made by Vice Mayor Galvin, as stated on the record. That motion was seconded by Councilman Bieneme. I don't need a roll call vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passed with a 5-0 vote. Mayor,
I
that
believe
concludes
that's
the
the last
agenda.
item. Now we go to Citizens Forum. Citizens Forum is open for anyone who wants to be heard. You got 2 minutes. Now is the time. Come and talk all you want, and we are listening.
Mike is coming.
Just like in the auction. In the auction,
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr.
time is
Mayor,
precious.
Publicly, my name is
That's
Reverend
it,
Gene, even though I'm a visitor on the city, but my intention been 2 years ago to move down to city of North Miami, hopefully to make North Miami the greatest city in the United States, because I do care about the city of North Miami, because I have my blood in this North Miami, if you don't know. I hope when we get together, our residency, you stay far away. Each one of you have the minute, and you're so concerned about the city. So to go step by step with the official, so we know the city operate properly. Because we have too many corruption in the state. Too many officials get resigned because they are members together. I got enough voice for that. The members together. We have responsibility to serve the city with integrity, with dignity, that is not affect our personality. This is Reverend Gene, hopefully to move back with you, if I can help my experience and my talent to the city, make North Miami the greatest city in the United States. I will hope to do so. May God bless you. May God keep you. That's my prayer for the next year. God bless you. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you. Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
Good evening. My name is Mike McDermott, 840 Northeast 127th Street. And Mayor and Vice Mayor, Council, and City staff. You know, Harry Truman had a great saying that the buck stops here. And in that regard, as far as what goes on in the city, the buck stops here at the city council and with the city staff. That being said, I just want to congratulate you on all the things that you've done to help with some of the events that have gone on in the city lately. I know that we've had a very, very successful Winter National Parade, which was probably the most attended of any of our parades in recent history. We've had a wonderful event and opening, several of them at MoCA. And of course, we just recently had a Brewfest, which was very well attended despite the rain, and really brought a lot of people in the city together. I think that we have a great team here. The manager, the deputy city manager, our city attorney, city clerk, all of you certainly. We have a wonderful command staff who've done a lot with the police department and our officers, our recreation department. I don't think there's anybody in the city who isn't involved in some way to really try and make this city a better place. So since you are the ones who approve the money, and since you are the ones who make things happen, I think that congratulations. Just seeing the recent events, it just makes us proud to be a citizen in North Miami, and thank you and all the departments and the department heads and the secretarial staff.
Thank you very much.
And everybody else.
Mr.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We really appreciate it.
William Prevotel, 11950 North Bay Shore Drive. And Mike McDermott just expressed many of the sentiments I wanted to share. I too believe the city is on the right track.
On the move.
On the move, yes, on the move, and under good leadership there, Mr. Mayor. And it is appreciated. I think we've had a more stable, more promising year with many good events. And I don't know if some of the people in the room have made it to the recent MoCA opening, and many people have not. They really missed a fantastic show, both from the presentation, the art presentation, as well as the hospitality, and the overall attendance was really quite nice. My wish for the council is that you build on these the good that's happened in the last year, and to re-examine it and to make it that much better. Let's try to increase the opportunities for the people in the city, make it more safer, secure, more park space, and more opportunities. So we look forward to that in the coming year. Thank you very much. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Citizen Forum is still open. Citizen Forum is now closed. I will go to reports from anyone on the dais.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, real quick. Go ahead. With Cal, District 2, go.
Just wanted to wish everybody a happy Hanukkah and happy holidays. Oh, sorry. And Happy New Year. We are on hiatus, but I know all of us will be available to all our constituents. I know I will. Phone, email, or just give me a call. We're not going away. We're not, well, might be physically going away, but we will be here available even though we're on hiatus. So happy holidays.
I'll just echo. First, I want to congratulate the mayor because the Brewfest this weekend, second annual, was a smashing success. Obviously, it's been his leadership and FIU's, obviously, beer people. And by the way, my speech, I'm going to give you my whole speech at Beer Fest. In total, right now, my speech was beer is good. But it's thanks to the mayor's leadership that I think we've got a really real jewel of an event coming along in North Miami. So thank you, Mayor, for your leadership on that Brewfest event. And to everybody else, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in 2018.
Yes, I want to wish everyone happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, all that in the middle. I wanted to announce Joshua's Heart and Alhambra Heights Residential Force in my area is having a holiday family day for everyone in the city of North Miami, and that's with Alhambra Heights Residential Force, located 12128 Northwest 2nd Avenue on December 23rd from 10 to 4. So bring out the family, fun and food, and Joshua's Heart is giving out 25 baskets to needy family in the area. I also want to acknowledge we have Dr. Kachakado from Dr. Steve Gallen's office in the audience with us. Just wanted to acknowledge her presence from Dr. Gallen's office. And to everyone, have a happy, safe, prosperous new year, and hope to see everyone here, New Year 2018. Better things, Mr. Mayor. We are on the move, right? The city on the move. All right, thank you.
And I just want to wish everyone a happy holidays. And also have a question for the Deputy City Manager. How much money was allocated to the chamber in this budget?
We allocated approximately $75,000 for the chamber.
Okay. How you will disperse the money?
The money is
We should check
dispersed.
for 75,000.
No, sir. The money is, they have to submit a plan to us of how they're going to spend the money, and we give them the money as they spend the money. We have not cut them a check for $75,000.
And one part of it is and helping small businesses in the city.
I know they
You
help.
don't have a plan for
They help
for the
ribbon
entire year.
cuttings and do promote small businesses and new businesses and all businesses in the city of North Miami. So that does go toward that effort.
In that plan, does that include like Taste of North Miami for this year in the plan?
I know.
I don't know.
Well, I believe
we
they had an
discussed-
event. I think they did put on the first original Taste of North Miami. So if they did come to us and say they want to use money towards that, I don't think we would stop them from doing so because it is promoting businesses in the city. of
Because
North
we
Miami.
did that 2 years ago and it was a success.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know why last year we did not come with it. And I always
Well, it was a chamber.
thinking that this
It was
year,
a chamber project. It wasn't North Miami's project. It was a chamber project.
or it was a
and
chamber.
we helped sponsor it.
Yeah,
last
but since it went a lot of people, I remember the first year, why don't we include that in the plan with the city to really have a taste of North Miami where all the restaurants, now we have 2 brew company or 3 in the city. I think that would be a good idea if we bring Taste of North Miami, especially in the month of May,
Yeah.
since we don't have Taste of Haiti. What do you think?
I will speak with individuals for the chamber and ask them if they are planning on doing a Taste of North
I
Miami
think,
again this year.
and I
I'll check
remember
with
the Taste of Haiti was every second Saturday of May. Since they moved it to a different location, and if we can keep that date for a Taste of North Miami, where we can bring all our restaurants and everybody together to.
Would that be in this on the same day as Taste of Haiti?
No, we can shoot.
No, I'm just asking.
They moved Taste of Haiti. We don't know when.
Oh,
It
we
will
don't
be
know
on
when.
the
We
same
don't-
Saturday.
No, we
We
don't
can
want to do
keep
it on the
that-
same day.
that second Saturday.
Let them
Why?
do their stuff. Yeah.
And
we better
I
than
think
that.
Taste of North Miami will be a very a nice occasion to bring all the businesses together, and the chamber we can host that with the chamber, and that would be helpful. And since I see some members of the chamber are here tonight, okay.
Trying to go.
And we have 3 events that I wanna talk about it again for this weekend. We're gonna have Friday. We're gonna have our tropical night, and I think on top of employee event that we're gonna have Friday night at Joe Celestine Center, we're gonna have tropical night in the plaza. And Friday night we're gonna have class. It's gonna be a free event. We invite everybody. And Saturday morning between 2 and 10 we're gonna have a pop-up shop with a lot of activities, including music, food, and a lot more. And on Saturday night, in the Mocha Courtyard, we're gonna have the mixer party with the Chamber of Commerce and the Asian American Educators of Dade. Please, you're invited to those 3 events this weekend. That concludes my report. Again, happy holidays.
When do we come back to session?
Second Tuesday
January?
of January.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, and again, happy Hanukkah to everyone. Happy holidays, and it's a season of joy and of giving, of loving. And one thing that touched me tonight was the invocation by the rabbi, and he touched a very sensitive point in my heart, which is that we are made, really to love one another, and there is no need, we don't have room for hatred, for animosity, profanity, and those type of things. We who labor here on the dais, when you don't see us, we back there, we meeting with staff on different the things, and it's all, toward the betterment of our city. We all love the city, okay? And really, before you come to the mic, even if you're full of anger and what have you, just take a moment, sit down, pause a little bit, and think of what you want to say and how you want to speak, how you want to direct your tone toward us, because here we are all about love. If you look behind us, it says wisdom, knowledge comes. Yes, you may be knowledgeable about certain things. You may know, you may be well educated academically. You may, have whatever. But at the bottom of it, if you don't have love, you have nothing. That's all I gotta say. You are all invited to this event tomorrow at 6 o'clock, where the Secretary of 6 p.m. Secretary of Social Services and Labor from Haiti is here, and to really talk about her plan, programs, and the challenges that the country faces. Please come and be with us. Thank you very much, and happy holidays again, and happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa. Any more reports from the? No? Okay. Thank you. Good night.